Load your pen.
Click, click.
Aim it at the open mics.
Watch them bleed salvation.
Strap on armor and allow heartbeats to rekindle paralyzed nerves.
Put syllables in the back of your throat.
So your dreams, stuck in conundrums on your tonsils, can be spoken into existence.
Recite poems in the perishing garden.
And watch rose petals die backwards.
Walk on stage
And know that you will be assassinated for the words you speak.
But allow your thoughts to make love your good instinct and give birth to a revolution.
Let your seeds grow to be generals of the new world order. Preachers, teachers, activists, poets, who are the handle of the sword of God. Spit a poem riddled in tongue twisters to father time. Redefine, standing on front lines. So let your soul rewrite chaos theory.
Pound your fist against the walls of the masses and pass out from the blistering pain
And disease
coming from your slumber, write haiku on shooting stars.
Trade your taste buds for the fire that's in the belly of the beast, so you can melt away the ice, picking citizens' hope apart. Swallow ether and spit it into the faces of non-believers.
The art of poetry
Is a waste of well-written quotes.
So to the Almighty God, who's now bleeding ink from his veins,
crying ballpoint pens,
send my text message on a Verizon wireless wind chime.
Just because the moon will not respond
Doesn't mean it can't hear the free verses from the wolves, so know your enemy. And percuss verbal frequencies on his eardrums. The FCC can't censor something that's elemental. Radio stations
Can't mute sound waves from motor amplifiers.
and they sure as hell can't stop what's already been written.
on this stage.
This is where we fight.
On this stage,
This is where ignorance dies.
Give them oblivion
And take from them eternity. We walk with 1,000-yard paper line stairs.
And a back pocket full of tsunami waves.
As we wave a flag
made up of resurrected notebooks
and recited Bible verses. Give me metaphors or give me death. Give me crucifixion or enlightenment of oneself. Feed me galaxies or dictionaries, because of knowledge is true power. Then we write natural disasters on the palms of our hands. If I'm assassinated tonight for the words I spoke,
Let my scattered brain matter fuse with your inner rebel.
don't leave our memoirs in limbo.
Glorify us being the suicide bombers of poetry.
So to our enemies, adjust your scopes, take aim, and fire when ready. Everyone's awaiting your arrival. It isn't always easy being suicidal, teaching your psyche to slit its own throat, killing off the lies of what you think you know. You write with penmanship, it's sink or float. You blink and all has sunk below. You're on the way to the top like a flag kissing the moon. Your goals will be met if you wait too soon. If they're late, don't cry. Just grab your 9 ether thoughts, blast off and fly. You're no longer blind or behind in your grind. It is time. No bind. No more stopping thee from watering these seeds, sprouting from galactic gardens, planting possibilities in the future. We further education. In this dumbed down situation, giving accreditation to creation, the creator's equations equal people, placing pity in Pandora's journal next to past painful memories and giving order to their lives' expectancy. No failing. This railing is always worth prevailing, so drop work onto rooftops and proceed with the edge. The ledge is a test of sacrifice. Will you pay the price to save a life like you've been saved? The stage and page is a form of praise where prophets preach and all were raised to hear the stories and bow to the highest. The slightest bit of cloudy in our iris is cleansed away by the knowing that death will not have the last say. You grasp onto protest signs like you harbor your faith, gun by your side like it's carved in your waist. You come from the ghetto, so picture it a meadow, a memory of thought in the highest falsetto. If the riot is too quiet, then who will hear the truth? Who will sound the drums for the survivals of these youth on the land where love is measured only in legal tender and valuable, uncompromising, where corrupt government's the lender, but you are a universe bender. Your heart is a blank sheet of notebook paper, pure as an untampered virginity. We watch it beat steadily between red and blue veins. Breathe life unto each line, bleed truth to save. Break the boundaries from your ballpoint and allow it to glide within the soul closest of this dying planet. Forget not that this is a movement. So as you spit fire and fumble forward, you may have to move in. You've always been one with nature's mother. Let her cradle you to Abraham's bosom. Tattoo her laws on your spine. Fear not the day when you become chosen to carry burning bark as your cross. When your sacrifice causes you to carve truth into blazing wood with your backbone. Imagine your death a campfire where children chant songs of freedom. Keep pushing, poet, for we shall one day see more change than dollar bills, and when we do, When this world holds our shells in its ground and spits our souls back into eternity, they won't forget why we came here. They won't forget who we are. They will never, ever be able to deny our legacy. Peace, y'all. Thank you, guys. Thank you. This has been a presentation for Black on Black Rhyme, and I just want to send out some positive energy to Martin Luther King Jr. and just, you know what I'm saying, some deep respect for everything that he's done. Look around, you know what I'm saying, all of this, and everybody that is out here is diverse, you know what I'm saying, and that's a beautiful thing, and so we just want to give thanks to him, give thanks to y'all. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we have a special presentation.
To inspire, to stimulate energies, ideals, and emotions. Now what could I say to inspire you? What could I say that would make you want to be the change that you hope to see in this world? Should I go into ferocious fits of passion and intellect? Should we discuss Fahrenheit 911 or behold the pale horse, arousing your paranoia until you just get this growing fear in the pit of your stomach until you decide to do something so silly as to vote or hold a rally, to form a committee that will look deep into the conspiracies of our government? Or should I discuss the growing need there seems to be for religion? Because the hope of heaven tomorrow makes us overlook the hell of today. I think we all better pray. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Yeah, I can talk about love, because love is always inspired. I can talk about love and how sometimes we confuse love with slavery, because our insecurities bring us so much pain until we cling to those who overlook them, until by the time that they're gone, there's the realization that we never loved ourselves. That's why we chose them to love us, and we auction them off when they don't. How about revolution? Revolution is always inspiring. I could bring up names like H. Rap Brown and Huey P. Newton, Stokely Carmichael, Martin Luther King, Gloria Steinem, Janis Joplin. And should I whisper? Or should I speak slowly and quietly to incite us all into a riot, to overthrow a government ain't none of us educated enough to run? Maybe I should just be quiet and see if the sound of silence will cause your Lazarus action to rise. Nah, that wouldn't work. How about the stuff you see on picket signs? Pro-choice, pro-life. Jesus is the answer, let the gays be gay. No? How about burn victims? Parents who bury their young. The economy or ecology, 8-year-old rapists, incest, 9-year-old boys coping with AIDS, the death of hip-hop, the birth of bullshit, jazz music or pornography in the pulpit, TV shows, emails, pop culture, plastic surgery, fairies, puppies, dragons, rainbows, Ben Affleck, that Geico gecko or that duck that screams Affleck. The illness of the world, the sickness of our minds, the sign of the times, the way the earth is preparing itself for Armageddon. Y'all let me know, is there anything that I'm forgetting? What would it take to inspire you? My name is David Gerard, and I had prepared some excerpts from Dr. Martin Luther King's speeches. He highlighted some things about 50 years ago that we're still going through today. And I'd just like to take this time to share his words with y'all, if that's all right.
That's all right.
Oh, yeah.
Is that all right?
That is all right.
This is from his speech, Rediscovering Lost Values. He said, I want you to think with me this morning from the subject, Rediscovering Lost Values. There is something wrong with our world. Something fundamentally and basically wrong. I don't think we have to look too far to see that, and I'm sure that most of you would agree with me in making that assertion. And when we start to analyze the cause of our world's ills, many things come to mind. We begin to wonder if it's due to the fact that we don't know enough. But it can't be that, because in terms of accumulated knowledge, we know more today than man has known in any period of human history. We have facts at our disposal. We know more about mathematics, about science, about social science and philosophy than we've known in any period of the world's history, so it can't be that we don't know enough. That is, if we've not made enough progress scientifically, well then it can't be that, for our scientific progress over the past years has been amazing. Man, through his scientific genius, has been able to warp distance and place time and change so that today it's possible to eat breakfast in New York City and supper in London, England. So it can't be that. I think we have to look much deeper if we're to find the real cause of man's problems. The trouble isn't that we don't know enough, but it's as if we aren't good enough. The trouble isn't so much our scientific genius lags behind, but our moral genius lags behind. The great problem facing modern man is that the means by which we live have outdistanced the spiritual ends for which we live. So we find ourselves caught in a messed up world. The problem is with man himself and man's soul. We haven't learned how to be just and honest and kind and true and loving. The real problem is through our scientific genius we've made the world a neighborhood, but through our moral and spiritual genius we failed to make of it a brotherhood. And the great danger facing us today is not so much the atomic bomb that was created by physical science. Not so much the atomic bomb that you can put in an aeroplane and drop on the heads of hundreds of thousands of people, as dangerous as that is, but the real danger confronting civilization today is that atomic bomb that lies in the hearts and the souls of men, capable of exploding into the violence of hate and to the most damaging selfishness. That's the atomic bomb that we've got to fear today. You see, the problem is with men, within the heart and the souls of men. And that is the real basis of our problem. My friends, all I'm trying to say is that if we are to go forward, we got to go back and rediscover some mighty precious values that we left behind. That's the only way we're able to make of our world a better world, and to make of this world what God wants it to be, and the real purpose and the real meaning of it. The only way we can do that is to go back and rediscover some mighty precious values that we've missed.
I'm going to leave my candle here tonight. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.